This is kind of a weird way to open up the episode, but look at this. I mean, I don't know what in the world caused this. I just AFK'd overnight here at my mega base, and all of a sudden I don't know what this is. I assume that it was a lightning strike that caused a fire, but the rain should have put that out. I'm not sure what that is, but anyway, let's fix this thing up. Okay, now that that is fixed, let's do the intro. Alright, hello everybody, I'm RedshipRory, and welcome to the 22nd episode of Redship Survival Series. Before we begin, be sure to leave a like, and also subscribe to see more of my content. Also, I have Discord now, go check it out, link in the description. One announcement, I'll be starting a Let's Play Minecraft ROM called Deep Miners. With two other YouTubers, we will have a live stream to open up the world on Monday, June 29th. Please check that out. But anyway, let's move on to the episode. Alright, let's just fix that. Okay, as you can see, I am in my mega base. We got a lot of work done in the last episode. Now, what I want to do today is I want to start moving into this. It's going to be a lot of fun. And, well, there's a lot of work to do, but it's a mega base. And, well, that's to be expected. Now, between now and the last episode, I made a little list right here. It's a list of the items needed for an item sorter that we're going to be creating in this episode. It's a good 15 pages worth of items that I want, which is, I gotta admit, very big. But I'm willing to do it, and since we're building a mega base for the first time, we're all in uncharted territory, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun, even though it's going to be rather difficult. So, let's get rolling. Alright, before I can move into this mega base, there's a couple of things that need done first. First off, I need an item sorter in my mega base. I needed one for a while, and now I actually have, the resources to be able to create one. Now, in order for me to, actually create an item sorter, I need to figure out where in the base it needs to be, and before I can do that, I need to actually know the size of the item sorter that I need to do. So let's pop into Creative Testing World and start working on some designs. Alright, so I'm here in my Creative Testing World, and over here I have 8 sections that all of my items will fall into. All of the items that I put in the book fall into one of these 8 categories. We have mob drops, nether stuff, farm stuff, wood stuff, underground things, stones and dirt, precious minerals, frequently used items, bulk storage for tools, weapons, armor, and non-stackables. So this is for basically everything non-stackable, because those can't be sorted with the item sorter that I've been using, and all of the miscellaneous stuff will end up in here, and those two just go together just because it makes sense. Alright, let's get building. Alright, so I have designed a basic prototype for my item sorter. I sorted 5 sets of 41 different materials. We've got polished diorite, polished granite, and stone. This works perfectly. It uses mostly hoppers, and that's doable since I have an iron farm. This is very similar to a design that I picked up from someone. I'll put the link to that video in the description. Anyway, let's start building this on a large scale. Alright, I have built the item sorter on a large scale. Now, I know this looks big. It looks very big, but I'm going to decorate it in the Redship Survival Series world so that it appears smaller and makes it easier for me to find the items. Let's pop out of this creative testing world and get working on the mega base and start moving in. I'm going to be frankly honest, I need a back. The reason I need a back door is because this takes up a lot of rockets, and there are going to be times when I don't have enough rockets to get to and forth, and I don't want to have to walk all the way down the ramp that I'm going to put inside of the mega base. Before I can make the back door, I need to finish making the front door. Now, the front door is that big hole that I'm going to be using the elytra to fly in and out of. I need to have a ramp that spirals all the way down here. That ramp is going to be made out of spruce. Let's get spruce. Alright, I have some spruce wood. Let's create this spiral ramp. So I ran into some issues with the outlining of the ramp, and I believe I fixed it. I put up this circular wall. This will serve as like the outline and the base that I will start building stuff on as I complete the ramp. So, a progress update. As you can see, my base is on fire. Lightning struck it. I discovered what caused that big gash of stuff at the beginning of the video. This is taking out a lot of the base. I'm not quite sure what to do, but I'm just going to have to let this fire burn through, and it's going to cause as much damage as it's going to cause. There's nothing I can really do about it. And then, after that, I'm going to create a giant dome to keep lightning from striking the base again, because I want to keep the wood base. I think it's a really cool concept. It's just, this is my first mega base, and it's made out of wood, and I wasn't expecting lightning to come and destroy most of it. So, this is ridiculous. Oh, look, and lightning struck those trees too, and it's causing some burning issues. Alright, I'm going to try to keep this fire in as much control as I can. If that doesn't succeed, then I'm just going to let it burn out. I just discovered I have a backup version of this world. And this backup version, when Minecraft 1.16 came out, went all the way back to where I had the complete stems. So, I'm actually going to open that backup of the world. Alright, I've opened up the backup of the world. Everything seems fine. I've lost a little bit of work. All my work on the ramp is not there, but that's really the only thing that I lost. Alright, now I got myself a ton of glass, and I'm going to create a ceiling up at build height that goes over top the entirety of what we have of the mega base. So let's go and do that. Progress update. The outline is done. This appears to be much larger than the one over there. So, it's gonna take a little while. But, I'm willing to put the time into it. Let's do this. Alright, the roof is finished, which is absolutely fantastic. Now we can finally start working on moving in. Alright, look at this. I personally think this looks very cool. This is the first half of getting the front door made. It's designed so that I can fly through it, which is very cool, but I also need to design it so that I can walk or climb up onto here. I'm going to use some vines to make it up here. I think that works very well with the tree. Alright, let's do that. Alright, the vines are here. It doesn't look the prettiest, but it's functional. So just in case my elytra runs out, I'll be able to get back in. Alright, the next thing that we need to do is create a giant back door right around here. Now, this back door is going to connect to my nether hub, and personally, I think it's going to look really cool once it's done. Let's get building on that. Alright, I have created a nether portal in my base. Let's see if this syncs up to it. Come on, come on, come on, please work. Yes! Yes, it works! Let's see if it goes back. Please. It does! It does, yes! We have a working back door! I'm so excited! This is absolutely fantastic. Cool, cool. Alright, let's head back to the nether base. I mean, the base. Awesome. Alright, now what I need to do is decorate this. Alright, we've got this nice circle here. It's hollow, and it's got like these beams that are supposedly holding the portal up or giving it power or whatever. I've got some chains, too, because I thought it'd be fun to work in chains for the first time. Alright, now the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to create the floor of this place. Yes, the floor. This dirt is not going to be here forever. Okay, let's fill all this in. Alright, the floor is done. It's looking quite nice, too, might I add. Alright, the next thing that we gotta do is we gotta create the item sorter, and this is definitely not enough room to create the item sorter. The item sorter is going to be humongous, so we've got nowhere to go but down. And, well, we've got quite a lot of dirt that we're going to have to dig up. It's going to be a very big project, and it's going to take me absolutely forever with the resources that I have. So, I need a beacon. Let's go fight the Wither. I'm gonna go grab the resources, and we'll get going. Alright, so I got myself 2 heads, and there's a third one somewhere in my base, I am pretty sure, so I'm gonna go through all my chests and see if I can find it. I found it. It was in the mob box in my ender chest. Absolutely fantastic. I also got myself some soul sand. Let's go kill a Wither. Alright, I'm very nervous. I'm at the site where I want to defeat the Wither. It's very clear, and I hope I'm able to do this successfully. Let us get started. Okay. Okay. Alright. Okay. Okay, he is taking a beating. Sorry, I am taking a beating. Okay. Oh no! I got blown up! Ugh. That sucks. Okay, I obviously do not know how to do this. Alright. Let's do this. Okay. I am very shaken up. But I just killed that thing. Ugh. See? Nether star. Awesome. Let's make our way back to base. I lost a couple of materials, but overall it was worth it. Okay. I killed it. Good. Let's make that be. Alright. The big moment. Here we go. We have a beacon. This is so gonna be worth all the trouble it was. Okay. Boom. Haste 2. Awesome. I cut a little hole in the ceiling so that this would work. But anyway, now all we gotta do to get ready for the item sorter is make a 118 blocks wide, 74 blocks long, and 10 blocks tall hole. It's gonna be a lot of work, but it's definitely gonna be worth it once it's all done. Here we go. Time lapse. Okay, so after forever and a half, I finally have a hole large enough for my item sorter. My item sorter is going to be absolutely huge. I also left some rooms for some decoration. I'm probably going to have, like, all of the grass around the tree removed, and, you know, we'll have, like, this big wiggly circle or whatever. Anyway, let's start building the item sorter. The first thing to set up is the hoppers. Here we go. Alright, so all the main hoppers are in. I also filled in, like, dirt and some of, like, the gaps so that, like, the surface doesn't look so weird. Alright, the next thing that I need to do is lay down the hoppers that'll actually be sorting the items. It's gonna take a little while, just because, well, everything takes absolutely forever when you've got a mega base, which I've learned the hard way. But, yeah, it's gonna take a while. It'll be worth it once this whole thing's done. Anyway, let's go. Okay, all of the hoppers and chests are in. Now all I have to do is put in the wiring and we'll have a functional item sorter. Let's go. Awesome, the redstone components are in. Our dispensing mechanism is created. All the items are actually in the sorter, and it's all labeled, which means that this item sorter is fully functional. The next thing that I need to do is gather up all the items in my base, in my world actually, and pour them into the system. It's probably going to take a lot longer than it would originally, because I lost 2 of my bulk transportation shulker boxes, which is strange. I have no idea what happened to those things. But anyway, let's put all the items in here. Awesome, now I can finally get rid of, like, this horrifying chest monster that I've constructed. I mean, like, look at all these chests everywhere. It's just a nightmare. Awesome, so a quick little progress update. The chest monster is finally gone. Now let's move on to all the materials that I have in my base. Alright, so a bit of good news and bad news. Good news, all of the items are in my item sorting system, finally. Except for some of the stuff that's by the farms, but I don't need to worry about that. Now, the bad news is that I lost my red shulker box full of general items. It's very annoying. It's a bunch of stuff that I need regularly that I keep on me at all times, like spare food, rockets, and emeralds, and some of that other stuff. It sucks that it's gone, but I can get a new one later. Now, for the fun part. Now, what I need to do is I need to decorate all of this. Here we go. Awesome. So the first thing I did was I laid out the doors for each section. I brought them out a little bit to make it look slightly smaller, even though this is the distance between these doors is still absolutely humongous. But anyway, now I need to figure out what material I'm going to make the walls out of. Here we go. So I decided that I would choose a block that is similar to what we have with the rest of the base. I want kind of a brown scale block, and I decided that we would go for stripped oak. It means that I'm going to have to go on a 1-hour wood gathering session, but I could use the wood anyway, so here we go. Okay, not the most successful of wood gathering sessions. We don't even have like 3/4 of a large chest. It should be enough for me to create like the walls of this thing, and also enough for like the plank roof that's gonna be at the top. That's what I settled on for the top. Awesome. Let's get going. Alrighty, the walls and the ceiling are in place. Now, the next thing that I need to do is create the floor. Now, I was thinking of actually more of a stone-themed floor, since this is, like, the very lowest part of the base. I think that would make perfect sense. And I don't want it to be just a single boring block. I'm actually considering making a pattern on the floor, making it more appealing to the eyes. Let's do this. Okie dokie, here is the floor. I also made a crafting area over here. This has access to all of the things I could possibly need for crafting. It also has my super smelter. Another thing that I created was I moved up the input chest for the item sorter, and I also made this wall here that shows the types of materials that I cannot put in the sorter. For example, dirt and cobblestone, the chests for that in the item sorter are full, and if I put any more in there, then it will break, unfortunately. Anyway, let's move on. The next and last thing that I have to do for the item sorter is to decorate the actual chambers over here. It'll be pretty simple, and it's going to be like very similar to what I have in here. It's going to have like this plank ceiling, stone floor. I won't put any patterns in there because it's just a little small for that, and it's going to have the walls are going to be the same type of thing. However, I ran out of wood, so let's go on another 1-hour wood gathering session. Alright, so this is the result of 1 hour of wood gathering. It's slightly more successful than the last one, I'll give it that. But anyway, the next thing that we have to do is decorate the little chambers themselves. Let's go. Alright, each chamber is actually decorated. This is a miscellaneous pile, and quite honestly, I like this. I think it looks very nice. And now that that's all done, the item sorter is officially complete. Now, the last thing that I need to do to make this a functional base is I need a place to sleep. Let's create the bedroom. Alright, so I made my bedroom right here. It's rather simple. Nothing too big, nothing too fancy. But I'm glad I at least have a bedroom. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. This episode was a lot of fun to make. It was also a lot of work. Building the item sorter was definitely much more difficult than I had anticipated. But anyway, I enjoyed it, and I hope you did too. I will see you guys next time.